Old school Louisville boy like Reese Gaines. I know we were cool back then, but things changed. Your chick give me brain, my chicken's free range. Reporting live from the 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 32nd installment of the Crack Paddle podcast. I am your host, Alejandro Crum, alongside my co-host, Kevin Dong.
I think this might be 33.
33?
Yeah.
It might be 33.
I think it's 33.
33 is a good number. You did say 32, but maybe it's 33.
That's my bad. I led you astray.
33 Masonic rites, like some ancient temple. 33, it's a big number.
Yeah.
I think Jesus was 33 when he died. I could be wrong on that, but
all right.
Anyway,
what we got?
Number
what
33. This is a big Asia episode. PPA Asia. You're going to Asia more than once, maybe.
True.
But you are going to Asia for your honeymoon in like 2 days, which is super, super exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find out what paddle I'm going to play with in Sacramento next week. What else?
And is the Asian talent pool catching up?
Was Hong Li Nam or Hong Li Nam?
I'm going to call him Nam for short, just to prevent you butchering his name.
Was Nam judged a little too harshly on the internet? I have my opinions. I'm sure you do as well. So we'll get into that.
Do you want us to kind of start with a quick story time?
Let's give us a story, Kev.
All right.
I just want to stretch out my knee.
I just want to share this in case anyone wants to keep this idea for future planning. I was in a friend's wedding this past weekend, and of course, we get there a day early because of the rehearsal dinner and everything. And the bride and groom wanted us to get to know the other half of the wedding party. So I was on the groom side, and all the groomsmen and the bridesmaids all went to a pin on the map at 9 a.m.
Sorry.
And we were told it was going to be a spa day to get to know each other. So we all brought our swimsuits. We show up. It's a parking lot on the lake in Chicago. And the spa day was a cold plunge into the lake. And then there's a little like sauna like that was like set up there. But that was just a creative way to do a little mix and match between the wedding parties and get to know each other. We literally went arm in arm and like jogged into the lake. Was that Lake Michigan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I like that. I feel like that's
very
one
surprised.
way. I feel like you bond with people a lot through suffering. So like that's a quick way to just like, all right, like we're in it together kind of thing,
Mm-hmm. And
it
was a great way to start off the weekend.
I'm sure. Had you ever done a cold plunge before? I feel like you probably had.
Not in a lake like that, but in like an ice tub or whatever.
Okay.
Plenty of times, but yeah, that was the first time going into Lake Michigan for me, and I guess like someone said it was like 44 degrees in the water, which is pretty cold. Like
very cold, very cold. I've never done like a real deal cold plunge. I did like a pie. This is actually definitely unsanitary and like super not safe, but I lost like a game of FIFA. Or maybe I lost a game of Madden. Like this was years ago. And for some reason we said the loser has to like jump into a frozen pond. And
gosh.
I lost a game of Madden and like my friend like held me to it. And so a crew of us like went to this like frozen little pond and I had to jump in there. It was dirty. It was horrible. But what you did sounds a lot more fun.
Yeah. And there was, to be fair, a portable sauna that we all like scurried into afterwards. Because I guess you could like rent the space.
Nice.
But
portable sauna?
Anyway.
Portable sauna? I like that.
Yeah. So anyway.
I like when people get creative at weddings. And I definitely think like you don't want, when you're at your wedding, you don't want like if your bride and groom's friends are like unfamiliar with one another, you don't want them to be like one sitting in one corner, one sitting in the other corner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, taking off your clothes and running into Lake Michigan, good way to bring everybody together. I'm here for it, Kev.
Yeah, no, it was a blast, and they had so many like personal touches in their wedding. Like I was enjoying every little bit of it.
Good, I love it. Chicago's great this time of the year, but anyway, not Chicago, Hanoi, Vietnam. I've never been to Vietnam. I'd like to think that I would enjoy it. It's just a very very vibrant place, lots of culture, lots of history. Seems very chaotic. Like I always get anxiety looking at like the crossroads. I know that like in Hanoi in particular, like the traffic crossings are like some of the most busy in the world. And yeah, I don't know. I'm fascinated by the way that people get around in cities like that. It's crazy to me,
Dude,
mind blowing.
I saw this video of like two players crossing the
Yeah,
road,
yeah, yeah. I
and
saw it.
I
Little Elsie Hendershot and Rex Tice. You talking about
I think yeah, I think that
that?
was
Yeah, that's
it.
what it was.
And I saw a comment in the comment section that said like, if I didn't see this happening in real life, I would have thought that this video was AI. And I was literally like, yeah, it kind of
Nah,
looks like AI because it's so like, just looks ridiculous. Like
it's wild, man. Like
there's a million
no,
cars and
yes.
motorcycles at the same
And
time.
tuk-tuks and cars and like,
Yeah.
dude, I don't know. Like one of my least favorite things in the world is driving in New York City. Like I do it occasionally. I'm more used to it now, but like I hate doing it. I hated driving like in Europe. Hated drive like I just loathe it. I detest it. I give me my American freaking 6 mile wide highways. Like that
Hey,
is what I'm comfortable with.
my cousin lives in China, and for a hot minute he lived in like somewhere in like I think he lived in Vancouver. And he basically said he came back to China because there were too many rules for driving in Canada. He was like, "There's just too many rules. Like I couldn't I couldn't drive over there." So I feel like maybe that's us going to Vietnam would be like, "There's not enough rules. Like what is going on? It's just
Yeah,
pure chaos."
that's I don't know. In Germany, there's so many like traffic like there's so
Mhm.
many different signs. Like in America, it's literally like red, yellow, green, brother. Like look at the speed limit. Like that's pretty. I mean, for the
Okay,
most
yeah,
part,
for the most part, yeah.
like there's not over there. There's all kinds of crazy signs, and I don't know. It's not for me. I wouldn't drive if I went over there, but definitely looks like an interesting place that I hope to go to at some point. Obviously, you had a lot of the American PPA pros over there, most of the big names, not all, but most over there competing. And yeah, I mean, I didn't really watch any of it live because it was on like in the middle of the night and I got to work all day. But I mean, we'll start with the first the shot heard around the world, the call heard around the world. I don't know how many like accrued views that call had, but like we're talking like millions. Like
For sure.
every outlet that posted this video and it garnered so much attention, so many comments, so much discourse. The Christian Alshon match point against Nam, who ended up winning the tournament. So the guy's the real deal. I've known about him for a while, and Jack Foster a while ago told me he's a top 10 singles player in the world, which I believe that. I mean, the guy's super talented, obviously. Alshon hits a return. It looks to be on the line. I saw a few other angles that it was close. Okay, it was close. I think it got so much attention because it was match point. Obviously, it was a close match throughout the.
And because the angle that is been most popularly posted is from behind the baseline, and I'm not saying that it's a good or bad call. I'm just saying that is the absolute least reliable angle, like for a camera to show whether the ball is in or out.
Right.
Like I have filmed enough of my own matches and practice games and whatever, and having seen the ball in real time and then going back and watching stuff, it's like impossible to know if your buddy made the right call or not when you have that camera angle. Like it
Sure.
just like without a side angle, it's just not going to be conclusive. Again, not to say that it was definitely in or
Yeah,
definitely
like
out.
it was
Like people are
probably in.
just
I
a
mean,
little bit too extreme with the or you think it was definitely in?
I don't think it was definitely in. I would say I would put it at like 75%.
Yeah. I mean,
Like I
it
think
does
if
look
we
more likely in than not,
sure.
but you just can't say like, oh yeah, like 1,000% he cheated. Like, you know what I mean?
No. My point is this. I see like exponentially worse calls made all the time in every tournament. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't think the
Yeah.
call was that egregious in comparison to some calls you see. I mean, if you follow Koopy or you follow Sorry Not Sorry or you follow any of the or Hey Shay, any of these like other accounts who post bad calls, like it is not even in the general vicinity.
Yeah.
Every single tournament, Koopy is posting these calls where the ball's in by like 15 feet
I
and
was gonna
people
say
move on, forget
the
about it.
there are definitely bad calls where even with the camera angle being behind the baseline, there's zero doubt
Yeah,
that
there's zero
they're
doubt.
in.
There
You
is
know,
some
like,
doubt, and Navratil talked about it a little bit. So anyway,
oh,
it was a viral moment. I mean, whatever. Good for that guy. I mean, it only further proves that we need automated line calls,
yeah.
which I think is in the works. I think is coming soon, and then all of that will be forgotten. So,
And you can argue both ways, right? Like, okay, it was at 10-9 in the third game when that call happened, but okay, he got himself to 10-9. What, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's not
sure,
like that call was the only reason why he
no,
won, but at the same time, yeah, obviously it's a really important call. You would like to have video challenges on grandstand, right? It's not like it was a side court. Like, this is grandstand that we're talking about. Like, ideally you have um video challenge or video
sure.
review available for center court and grandstand.
Sure. And again, I think all that's coming, but it just again
Yeah,
when,
it's gonna
when
take
things
time.
like when things like this happen, it just further I mean, I think we've made strides, but it just further, emphasizes how important it is for us to
Yeah.
eventually get to a place where players are not making calls at all.
Yeah. And then I've heard the
And Alshon
comments
handled it
section
pretty
say,
well.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
he
I was
did,
surprised.
strangely. I mean, I don't know. He looked tired. Like I think he was just kind of happy the match was over with.
Yeah. Anyway,
Uh,
one other thing though, a lot of the comments are like, "Oh, these refs are cooking up like calls for their hometown
well, the
players."
Federico paddle kitchen thing was bad.
That looked crazy. But one more
That was
one more thing
awful.
about the call in relation to that is that again, you can't really deny or confirm it, but like let's not act like let's not act like refs have been amazing at helping players call lines correctly. Like, you know what I mean? Like all those bad calls that you're talking about, the refs like rarely ever overturn them because they're always like, "Oh, I was looking at the kitchen line or whatever," right?
Right.
And
Well,
even on this,
especially in singles, yeah, like I don't know. I
I,
guess maybe
I was gonna
not,
ask you,
but
should they be looking at the kitchen line if it's a return? Like, what do they look? Why would they look at the? No one's hit a volley yet. No one's been in the position where they have to hit a volley yet. Why
yeah,
is
I
the
mean
ref not
Alshon's, but
looking at the
Alshon's
ball?
Alshon's moving forward. I don't know, dude.
True.
I don't know, and I always wonder too, like who who decides? Like I want to ref pickleball matches. Like I don't know. Obviously they get paid, but like in terms of like a job, like a thankless job, like
Yeah. Yeah.
these guys have long freaking days. Like
Yeah.
out there
I
in
have a
Utah, man, it's like 90 degrees and they're freaking out there from like 7 a.m. till 8 at night.
Yeah. They're
I don't
not
know who
running
bought.
around a lot, but they're also not getting a whole lot of break time.
No, and
Like
no shade.
out. Yeah. Exactly.
They gotta wear pants.
Yeah.
It's
True. Even
terrible.
worse.
Terrible.
So
But anyway, all right. So the men's singles final was an all Vietnamese final. You didn't have all the best singles players there. You did have Fed, um,
Alshon,
Alshon,
Frazier, Dylan Frazier.
Frazier, Dylan won bronze. I don't know if Fed didn't play or if they did play the bronze match, but Dylan gets bronze. You had Nam against I'm gonna say the name wrong.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Anyway,
Another Vietnamese player.
yes, and one thing I will say like is that people in Asia like love singles. Like singles definitely like in America, I feel like we poo-poo singles a little bit, and uh,
Great way to
yeah,
describe
like
it.
it's not as like there's not as much emphasis put on singles as there is doubles, and maybe that and like I don't. Again, I'm better at singles, yes, but like I don't necessarily like disagree with that. I've been talking about that. Like I get it. Doubles is what most people play. Like that is why when you talk about these numbers with pickleball, there's 10 trillion percent growth, and not so many people are playing doubles. And so if you play doubles, it's more fun to probably watch doubles a lot of the times. I've also said that to people who don't play pickleball, I find singles to be more entertaining. But for whatever reasons, it seems that the Asian countries enjoy singles more, put more of a premium on singles. You've seen, um, I don't know. I mean, Luz, which I know that they have like some American connection, but I think originally was a Chinese brand. I think. I don't think I'm wrong on that.
They're kind of like dual Chinese and U.S. Like I think they
Right.
have headquarters in the U.S., but they're also have operations in China, from my
I think it
understanding.
started over there,
Yeah,
from what
and
I
then
know.
the name is supposed to be of Spanish origin, so they're just trying to hit all the markets.
I like it. It's actually less British, but no. Yeah, anyway, they have signed a lot of singles players to some pretty lucrative contracts from what I know. And so yeah, I mean, it's not surprising. Singles also, and I don't like admitting this because again, like I feel like I'm a top singles player, but the way that singles is played, there's just a lot more volatility involved. Like on any given day, there are probably 100 singles players in the world who can be really, really good for a game or two. Now, over time, you have somebody like a Hayworth or a Fed or a Hunter. Like there are definitely a group of, I don't know, I would say 5 to 10 players like who are the best in the world. But there are a lot of really, really good singles players. You know what I mean? Like we were just out hitting around my buddy Vlad, who played, he was number one in Europe in tennis when he was 14, and he played number one at LSU. Like, you watch him play a couple singles points, you're like, dang, that guy's freaking good. Like, there's just more parity in it. And so it's not surprising to me that, they had some good results over there, playing with the heavier, slower ball, playing in a trillion% humidity. Now, do I think that if you sent Nam and those other guys over to Sacramento, that they'd be in the finals? Heck no, I don't. Because I do think that plays a pretty large factor in it. I do think conditions are important. So, yeah, I think there are obviously some incredible Asian singles players. Um, but yeah,
So
it didn't like shock me. I don't know.
so let's get into that real quick. So basically, the rest. So singles. It was an all Vietnamese singles final for men's singles. But the rest of it was basically the usual
Chalk.
roster, right? Like
Right.
Caitlin Christian won singles.
Ben and
Because
Anna
there's no
Lee.
Anna Lee. Yeah, Ben and Anna Lee won mixed. Ben and Gabe won men's.
Anna Lee and Anna
Anna Lee
Bright
and
won
Anna Bright.
wins.
And so basically, the only one that was like, heavily represented with like the international players, I would say would be men's singles. So, do you feel like at this point, like men's singles, they've caught up way further in singles than doubles, right? That's pretty fair
Yes.
statement, right? Do you like? Do you think part of that is other racket sports backgrounds translates more easily into singles than it does into doubles because there's way more IQ relate pickleball specific IQ in doubles?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think doubles is just something that takes so many, like, who has come over from tennis or whatever and just like become a top doubles player right away? Like literally
Rachel
almost no.
Robacher.
Okay.
I mean, she was pretty fast. Like, think about how fast she went from totally unknown to MLP star to playing with Anna Bright all the time, and then now
I don't know. See,
solidified
just for
top five in
me,
the
like,
world.
I've
It was
been
pretty
playing
fast.
pickleball. Yeah, but I'm saying like I've been playing pickleball like 2.5 years. Like she's been somebody that I've known of since I started playing. So like I'm talking about like more recently. Like and also
Mm.
like I feel like the talent pool then was like a little shallower. And like obviously Rachel's still a top five women's player in the world, but like I don't know, I felt like it was easier maybe to
Okay,
like
so you're looking for a very recent scenario
yeah,
then. Yeah.
of
And
someone
and
who like picked it up and you just haven't really seen that.
honestly, Rachel might be the last person that's done that. Like, there's no one
Yeah.
else that's done it like as fast as her,
I mean,
like, since.
yeah, maybe like but Howells, but he hasn't really. I mean, he's been playing since I was playing too. Like I remember he was playing in two
Yeah, so
years
there's
ago,
no
two
one
and a
more
half years
recent.
ago. So yeah, just the reps, the IQ, I mean, maybe like
Mhm.
an Onsens. Onsens is someone who has not been playing all that long.
Has didn't his dad's been playing forever, right?
Yeah, no, he's
So
been playing for two and a
he's
half,
probably been playing for
three
a while.
years. Um,
Okay,
but yeah, I
because
don't
his
know.
dad's like a senior
I just
pro
think doubles
warrior.
requires, again, the IQ, the reps, like
Yeah.
just these best players do so many things like reflexively that I just think like like I don't know. You know what I mean? So I do think Asia will catch up in doubles 100% because there's just a lot of people there and a lot of people with interest and passion and with the skill set for it. Um, but I still think they're a ways behind. I mean, it is crazy just the way that like the best players are treated over there. They really are treated like rock stars. Like I saw a line to meet Anna Bright today. It was like looked like it was 1,000 people lined up on the street to meet her, which like no offense to her, but if she walks into a Texas Roadhouse in America, like no one bats an eye.
I'm sure it's happened at some point. Like it must have, but
What do you mean?
just not like her getting recognized
Oh,
in the
sure.
like
I'm not
non
saying.
pickleball oriented
Okay, it's
places.
not even just her. I'm saying Ben Johns, like any of
Yeah,
these guys. Like if Ben Johns goes
which is
bowling
not
on
as
it,
common. Yeah,
if Ben Johns goes bowling on a Tuesday with a ball cap on, ain't nobody knows who he is.
yeah.
That's just a
Um,
fact. But if Ben Johns goes and gets dim sum in Ho Chi Minh, guess what? He's going to be signing autographs the whole
yeah.
the entire time.
I
So
also wonder if the talent pool in Asia is just going to be so much larger than the people like seriously training in the Americas that that like it's just inevitable. Like if you have a bigger talent pool and everyone's working hard, the areas, the demographics with the bigger talent pool are going to have more high level players in the long run, right? And like this, like a good analogy for this is chess. Like historically, like across the world, historically, a lot of like it's basically the gender gap. It's like okay, Judith Polgar was like an insanely strong female chess player, but a lot of people are like, oh, like they claim that men are just better at chess, but it's no, like it's like 95% of chess players or like it might be like 98% of chess players are men. So the talent pool is like exponentially bigger than the talent pool of women playing chess. And there's
sure.
also other factors, but in general it's like okay, yeah, the top players in the world are going to be men, right? So I wonder at what point the equation flips for pickleball where it's like there's just so many more Asian pickleball players training and stuff. At what point are you're going to see more Asian pickleball players in the top 50 than there are non-Asian pickleball players, and then top 25, and then top 10. Like I think that each of those echelons are going to take longer because you at some point you need exposure to what the top players are doing, but I think it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't quite know how to verbalize what I want to say here. But I've had this opinion about pickleball. Like as like more and more talented people get in and play it,
Mhm.
like I feel like there are so many already, like so many really, 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 really good players. And that like on a given day, like you look like Alex Emery and I mean, they just won the challenger. That's a
Mhm.
bad. I'm just saying, like, there are so many really good players. I feel like it's going to be hard to like rate and rank and quantify like who is actually the best. I don't know, just because I feel like in tennis, like the 300th player in the world is like never going to beat or almost never going to beat the 40th ranked player in the world. Like that will just almost never happen. Whereas like in pickleball, I feel like I don't know, it's just pickleball's a funny game, man. It's a funny sport where like bounces and things and like you can play people competitively. I don't know. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I
Like
think
I
what you're
don't know
trying
how
to
to.
say is that it's easier for the skill gap to be shown in a 2 hour match in tennis than it is in a 20 to an hour and a half long pickleball match because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's like less margin and less time in pickleball. So more variance is
There's way
inherently
more
going to
variance,
exist.
and that's what I'm saying. That's why I
Yeah.
feel like it's just I like we're not quite there yet, but I could just see a world in a few years where it's like, who's the best? We don't even know. Like everyone's really good, and it's just kind of like a weird, except for Annalie. We'll be like, we know for a fact she's the best female player, but everyone else we're not quite sure.
What would be amazing if we had essentially something similar to tennis? Like why reinvent the world? Like obviously pickleball is different, but why reinvent the wheel? Just have four grand slams a year that are global, right? And then have like a series of like the Master Series. Call it something else. We'll call it whatever you want. But there should be something that's like, you know, 10 other like major events um across
Right.
the
Like, I
globe.
mean, listen, I'm sure that the powers that be at various, I'm sure that's what the grand plan is.
It's still so
Uh,
early. Like they have time to set up the infrastructure, but like
and you know, I
yeah,
mean, PPA is going to Italy. I mean, I ultimately think I'll probably be in a wheelchair by the time this ever really,
probably yeah.
by the time this all kind of. Anyway, I don't think I'll see it become as big as it will become, but it's just food for thought. Anyway, that's kind of
Yeah.
my tangent. Sometimes I've had this thought before where I'm like, everyone's pretty darn good. How do we even know? It's like, yeah, there's so many good players these
I
days.
think if you have 10 to 15 global events that are clearly weighted more heavily for points, um, that's probably a pretty good indication of, some sort of semblance of shared
I know. But
rankings
again, it
and
just comes down to for me,
rating
it's like
matchups.
pickleball is such a unique sport to where it's like there just are more variants, and it is any like someone who's very, very talented can get super hot for like 5 minutes. If you get
Yeah.
hot for tennis in 5 minutes, like, all right, that's not going to be enough to
That's a
win the
game and a
match.
half.
But you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be enough to win the match.
Yeah,
In
that's true.
pickleball, it might, or it might be enough to win a game, and then it's okay,
Changes
another
the whole
10 to
flow.
15 minute game, right? So it's all very interesting to me. But listen, I'm excited by the growth. I would like to get over to Asia at some point. I don't know when, but I like to see it. I think it's cool. I think the fandom is cool. I'm sure the players are exhausted, especially the ones who are going to fly home and then play over there in Sacramento. But I'm sure they're also enjoying being treated like rock stars over there. So
Hmm.
that's really all I got, Kev.
All right, should we talk about something a little more closer to home for a second here?
My paddle quest, which isn't
Or
even really
Midwest
much of a quest.
sports?
Oh no, we should. You're darn right. See, sometimes I think I want to go to Hanoi, and then I think, why would I want to do that when I could go to the Midwest, go back to my hometown of Louisville, go to Chicago, jump in the ocean, and that's why
Lake.
we love Midwest racket sports. Good Midwestern friendly people. They care about you, the consumer. Okay, MidwestRacketSports.com. There's so many awesome deals on that site all the time, whether it's shoes, hats, bags. You get yourself a Crack Paddles hat. We've talked about that. We got the trucker hat. I think we got a few left in stock. Again, I don't know what paddle I'm going to play with in Sacramento. I have an inkling of maybe what I'm going to play with, but if I had a longer amount of time, or if people didn't send me free paddles, I would definitely use the demo program. Which, if you can get free paddles, more power to you. If you can't, go over to MidwestRacketSports.com. They'll let you demo up to 3 paddles, and I think the money you spend on the demo ultimately ends up going towards the paddle you would purchase.
Yeah. And I think the demo is only like $5 or $10
Yeah,
each
it's
paddle. So
cheap.
it's very affordable and it gets used as a credit for your ultimate purchase of a paddle. So
Exactly. And
pretty,
as
pretty
I
good
try
deal.
to figure out what I'm going to play with, like, I don't want to jump the gun. I don't want to be, I want to take my time in terms of signing with a new brand or something like that. You should take your time as well. Hop over to MidwestRacketSports.com. Use code CP15. That is CP15, 15% off. Gear up, game on,
CP15.
baby. CP15, let's go.
All right. Speaking
All
of
right.
paddles, let's talk about your
Um,
paddle quest. Mine just ended. Yours has started.
kind of.
Kind of.
I tried a couple Luz paddles. I tried the Tornazo and the Cannon, and I'm sure they're great paddles. They're well-made paddles. The packaging was fantastic. I don't love them just because of the way that I swing. Like, I need something that I feel like I can really just, brush up on the back of the ball, and that it'll grab the ball for me. I'm really excited to try the Luz Glider, which is out now, the UPA version. I think only a few of their top pros have them. Like Hayworth has a bunch. He said he's going to let me try one in Sacramento. I love what Luz has done, so I'm excited to try that. But yeah, again, the reason I like the Flamingo so much is because I could really grab the ball and it's very stiff. I like a stiff response. Like, just I like to feel like I'm putting the ball exactly where I want it. I've been long on record saying I don't like full foam paddles. I just don't.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone plays the
Yet.
same.
Yet.
Yet I haven't tried the Friday Aura Pro. I have not tried it yet because it's still not UPA approved. Hopefully soon.
Yeah, hopefully soon.
Um, but I will say I did play with the Friday Fever tonight, and I really, really liked it. It felt
Nice.
pretty similar to the Flamingo to me. Maybe not as much bite, but I
I think
felt
it's gonna
like
be less heat than the flamingo, but you can weight it up so it'll get, pick
yeah.
up
And I
some
didn't have
heat.
my didn't have my trusty Hessacore or my flick weight on there, and I still felt like the guy I was hitting with said the ball's still coming off pretty hot. Um, So we'll see. That might be what I'm wielding in Sacramento. I also think I have a couple of the 11.624s being sent my way, which like Augie just signed with that. I mean, Matt Barlow, who was playing with the Proton, he just won the Challenger playing with that.
Wow.
Um, yeah, I don't know. It looks like a cool paddle. I've had a few people tell me it lasts about 25 minutes, but they
Which
were
one?
the 11.624.
Oh, gotcha.
Did you ever play with that?
No, so I played with the 11.624
The
Alpha Pro
first one?
Power, yeah, the first one, and I genuinely that I did not like it at all. Like to
Really?
me, it felt like a paddle that would have been amazing in 2023, but it was released in like 2025, I think, and I was like, wait, what? This is like behind the times. And because
Interesting.
I didn't like I don't I just didn't even ask them because I had been trying to get them to send that to me forever, and then by the time I actually got it, I really didn't like it. I didn't do any sort of promotional stuff for them. And I was like, I don't not they were already so stingy giving me this paddle. There's no way they give me the new one. Like
Yeah.
um
Oh
but
well,
anyway.
they
I
were
mean
nice
like
to me.
yeah, it's okay.
Look, I am again like
I thought it was supposed to have
well,
everlasting grit.
the
Like
hexagrid. The hex grid. I don't know. I don't know if I trust what I was told anyway. So no,
anyway.
I'm not really like rushing to try to like sign a paddle deal. I really just want to find something that I feel comfortable with. I have two tournaments coming up and I want to finish the season strong. So uh that's kind of like my priority here. And if I feel like I can control the ball, then that's what I'll go with. So
Well,
um
I feel like a big priority for you is also shaping the ball.
yeah,
Like
correct. And I felt like I could shape it with a Friday. Maybe not as much as the Flamingo, but um I don't know. So Friday Fever, that's probably the leader of my clubhouse right now. Who knows? Maybe Proton will get approved for Sacramento, in which case I would use my Flamingo for these last two tournaments. Uh, I've heard rumblings that it's going to be solved, but we'll see on that. So yeah, I don't know. Tournament is exactly 1 week away. Not ideal circumstances, Kevin, but I can tell you I will have a better attitude about the paddle than I did in Orlando,
okay,
whenever that was. I
whenever
can
you use
promise
like a
you.
pal tech or something.
I can promise you that,
Yeah,
Franklin.
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 Well, if you
Stupid
do
Franklin.
want a Friday Fever or a Friday Aura or Aura Pro, you can always use code Kevin Dong. Just putting it out there for $10 off.
Well, I didn't have to this time around, but for our listeners out there, if they'd
Exactly.
like
That's
to
no, that's
use
what I'm
code
saying.
Kevin
That's
Dog. Oh, okay.
yeah.
I see.
Um,
I see.
yeah. Which
But anyway, yeah, it's annoying to have to be like trying to find a paddle before I have a tournament that I want to do well in and win. But it is what it is. Such is life.
I will say, okay, so the Aura and Aura Pro, they're USAP approved right now. So I literally like Wade and I competed in APP Seattle with them. But I heard some rumblings that the UPA versions of them that hopefully will be coming soon once certification is complete. I heard that they will have some very nice technological updates that have been very popular in 2026 amongst other brands. Wink, wink. Not gonna say what it is because I don't know if I'm allowed to, but just a big hint on something to do with the surface that might be upgraded on the UPA version.
Are you saying the version you have doesn't have grit?
No, it does. It does. It has great grit. Uh, if you're a paddle nerd or just interested in paddles and you've listened to any other paddle podcasts in 2026,
Then you know
you'll
what
understand
Kevin's
what I'm
talking
saying.
about. All right, well,
If
I don't
your
know.
name is Alex Crum, tough.
I got no clue.
You'll find out later.
I'm no John Q, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, neither am I,
Okay.
but I love his stuff. Anyway. All right. Keep
Kevin
going.
Koo. All right, that's it. I don't really know. Well, I hope for the best. Maybe it's a glider. Maybe it's the Friday. I like the brand Friday. I think they're cool, and obviously my co-host is signed with them.
I
Uh,
think the Aura Pro, whenever it gets approved, you're gonna realize that you can shape the ball so well.
even
And
with my helicopter forehand.
yes. And
Okay.
dude, I'm telling you, you've seen my forehand. My forehands come down. Like that's how crazy these are. Like and yeah, so which honestly it's like for Wade, he swings so hard, he's like, I can just swing as hard as I want on anything. And I don't swing as hard as Wade, but it's given me some of that mentality as well on like serves and drives. And it's huge for serves. Like I can just tag it as hard as I want and the serve will come down. So that's what at
See,
least like
serves
my
like I like the full foam paddles. Like when I was serving with the Canon, like I could hit serves in. That's not my issue. My
the
issue
Cannon's
is
not full
like
foam. The Tornazo is.
Cannon feels like it's full foam. Whatever. It plays like the mod. That's what the Cannon reminds me of, like an OG mod. My biggest test is, can I hit a cross court forehand winner from my ankles while playing singles? Like, can I do that? If I try to swing like that and my ball sits right up here to the forehand, not for me.
I'm telling you,
Okay.
I mean, I don't have your mechanic for a forehand, but
Listen.
I would not be surprised if the Aura Pro does that for you.
Okay.
The
I look
the first
forward to
result, the better result.
I look forward to trying it. But anyway, who knows?
Anyway,
We'll
all
we'll
right.
see how it goes. All right, let's move on. Let's
Speaking
talk
of Friday,
about you.
Friday has invited me to travel to Asia, 2 countries. Can you guess which 2?
China and the Philippines.
Close. Vietnam and the Philippines.
Oh, see, I literally, I think you literally told me before the pod, and I still got it wrong.
No, it's all good. So, sometime in May, I'm still trying to work out the exact way that's gonna work with work, with my job. But my plan is to like hopefully work half days during the nighttime over there, and then just like do pickleball all day long. So instead of working 8 hours a day and playing pickleball 2 to 3 hours a day, or pickleball or training or driving or whatever for pickleball, I'm switching the two, like working for 4 hours, playing pickleball for 7 or 8 hours. So it's gonna be a full schedule, but I'm excited. I mean, I've never been to either country, Vietnam or the Philippines. All of my metrics say that there are actually a big percentage of my audience on YouTube, and I think like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. A big proportion of them are from the Philippines, and then a little bit less are from Vietnam. So hopefully I'll be able to meet some people that are familiar with the Kevin Dong Pickleball channel and get to connect with them, teach them, play with them.
When are
all
you
the
going?
above. I think it's gonna be May, like in the middle of May.
Oh, damn, you're going like soon.
I know,
So
which I
you're
have to
lit,
negotiate with my boss tomorrow on how that PTO is gonna work. So that's gonna be fun.
and well, I guess your wife's cool with it.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those things that's like, okay,
You have
Friday.
to do it.
Yeah, Friday's inviting me to go halfway across the world. It's like, if I didn't say yes, it'd be one of those things I would always be kicking myself about,
Sure.
like down the road. Because yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. You're gonna be like the prodigal son, man. If I were the first Asian company or Asian country that I would go to, because I haven't been to Asia, it would definitely be the Philippines.
Ooh.
I love Filipino people. I honestly, like, I've never met a Filipino I didn't like. True story.
Yeah.
Had a lot of good Filipino friends throughout the years. I knew a guy, a tennis pro, guy by the name of Brian Caniff. He was like a lifelong like tennis pro, journeyman tennis pro. He just saved up a bunch of money. He like turned 55, just moved to the Philippines.
That's
It
sick.
does karaoke 3 nights a week. Probably has a little 20-year-old girlfriend. Good for him.
Oh my god.
Hopefully she's 20. No, I'm kidding. But that's amazing, Kevin. That's exciting.
I know
Um,
they did some trips to like Malaysia and China in the past. I'm actually glad that this trip is not specifically to China because I'm about to go on my honeymoon to China.
yeah, you're literally going to China in 2 days, so
But I would love to go to China for Friday Pickleball at some point in the future. That'd be cool too. But
maybe
I
I'll be
gotta
there
say
with
yes the first time and see where they send me in the future.
maybe I'll be there with you.
Could be, or
Dang,
Wiggity Wade,
dude, well, what do you mean?
or all three of us.
AC, Katie, and Wiggity in freaking Beijing.
Yeah,
Fire me up. I want to go to Macau.
yeah.
Shoot some
That'd
dice.
be crazy.
Did you know that everyone thought I was Chinese when I was a baby?
You have told me this.
I
Yeah,
told you. Literally. My mom always tells the story. I do. If you look pictures of me until I was like 3, um, everyone thought I was Chinese.
nice.
Even honestly, even until I was like about
Even
10 or 8.
you thought you were Chinese?
Dude, I still could be. I've never seen the birth certificate. I don't know.
I don't
Um,
think the birth certificate tells you
I
that.
think I could pull off Pacific. I could pull off Pacific Islander, I think. Chinese probably not as much anymore, but as a baby, for sure.
Anyway, if anyone out there is listening and has been to Vietnam or the Philippines or lives there, let me know, and also let me know some recommendations for like dishes to try or things to do around there. I don't know what cities we're going to be in, but just in general, like cuisine. I am a huge foodie, so please let me know what dishes and stuff I should be ordering out there.
Are you going to be able to compete at all? Like, is there going to be?
I don't know, and I don't think that's the point of the trip. So I'm going to
No,
say
I know, I
no.
know, I know. But I would love if you just hosted like a freaking like a king of the court on like a street court in
Oh
Manila.
yeah, there will be some like exhibitions and stuff for sure. Like,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, hopefully we'll film some content. Like I'm
Yeah,
gonna
no,
be filming
I
some
mean, I'm
content
sure
one
you
way or
would.
another.
I just
Yeah.
have this vision of you like at this like park court in the middle of the Philippines, and it's just Kevin is just knocking all the Philippine pros down one after the other.
Hey, I like my brother has a Vietnamese girlfriend, and I listening to him trying to learn Vietnamese. It's so hard.
Dude,
So
I think Vietnamese is even harder than Chinese in Mandarin, no?
from my perspective, it seems like it,
Well,
but because
yeah.
I don't know enough about it, but fortunately, I think English is pretty widely spoken in the Philippines. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. In the Philippines, you'll be good to go, KD. Well, that's exciting, bro. You gotta take those opportunities when they come. Glad your wife is cool about it, and I hope that your boss will be just as cool as she is.
yeah, me too. I got a meeting with him tomorrow to talk about a bunch of stuff, and that's gonna be one of the items on the agenda. So
It's definitely gonna be worth it, but that's gonna be scary hours for you, like waking up at like midnight in, in
so
Manila to like
I think
look at
technically I
spreadsheets.
could work 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. and then go to bed. So even if I
Okay,
go to bed at
all
1:30
right,
and I wake up
yeah,
at 7:30 or
that's fine.
something, like it's not gonna be the world worst thing, especially for 1 week.
Sure,
Um, if anything, hopefully it helps with the jet lag of like I have a purpose, I have to do this, I have to be on the schedule.
right,
Like power through the first night and hopefully be okay.
sure.
But
No, yeah, I was thinking more so if you're like waking up at like 3 a.m. I know some people.
I Benny Bombs, Ben Newell, I'm pretty sure did that when he was traveling abroad in like Japan and wherever else. He was working at like 3, 4
That's
a.m. local
crazy.
time. Yeah,
That's insane.
yeah.
We've got a family here at Jupiter Island who like they're religious about this. Like they live in Milan and they like both work, I guess, and they work like on the European schedule. So generally speaking, they go to bed at like 8 or 9, wake up at 2 or 3, work from like 3 whenever, and it's just crazy to me. Like I don't think I have the mental fortitude to be doing all that.
Yeah.
But
Impressive.
anyway, all right, I think that about covers it. No, Katie?
I think we're good. So
All right.
lot of things brewing in the Asian pickleball world, and yeah,
It's
and
exciting.
then
Very
next up you're
exciting.
gonna be in Sacramento. So
Shit,
I wish.
I'd be honest with you. I'd rather go to Asia than Sacramento.
Well, you're
This,
not allowed to come on my honeymoon with me and Maggie, so unfortunately you'll have to go to
yeah, I'm,
Sacramento
I'm,
instead.
I'm gonna sneak in the bag, go play PPA Tokyo.
You'll
No,
sneak into the checked bag.
honestly, like it's all setting up to be horrible for me. I got no paddle. Sacramento was the only time I ever lost in qualies in a PPA. I have famous trip to Sacramento where I literally like spent $1,000 to only go and play singles and lose to freaking Micus Losberg, 6'7" Norwegian tennis star. He's not Norwegian, but he's something like that. Anyway,
Well, it can only go
but
up.
that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna flip the script. I'm gonna make peace with the state of California on this trip. With what paddle, I don't know. But Kevin, I wish that you and Maggie have the absolutely most wonderful time over there in China. I know it's going to be a super cool and yeah, probably like full circle. I mean, you haven't been in how long?
13 years,
Okay, 13 years.
and I have to give a
Um,
speech in Chinese.
oh, that'll be fine.
I've been practicing because
Why do
there's
you
a few
have to give
words
why do you have to give a speech in Chinese
because we're doing like a little like
to enter the country?
uh dinner with like family and family friends, and like I mean like I don't know everyone there or like don't remember everyone, so it's like I gotta.
Damn,
My
that's
my
sick
mom
though.
said that like I have to give a speech to like thank everyone for coming because they're gonna be giving us like hongbao, which is like the red envelopes. So it's like I can't just like not
Yeah,
acknowledge everyone and like so.
you can't
And
roll in there.
yeah, I wanna show
No,
my
dude.
appreciation genuinely. So
Hell yeah, man. Well, hey, listen,
yeah,
Mama Dog freaking rocks. So
yeah.
if she tells you you got to give a speech, then boy, you go give a speech.
The better part is she said that Maggie has to give a speech too. So that's I was trying to help her prepare her speech.
Damn.
So she's
No,
gonna bring it.
Maggie's a professional. She'll figure it out.
Exactly. Yeah, she's cool as a cucumber. Don't worry. All
Dude,
right.
I know. Well, all right, guys, we'll check in with you. I'll be back from Sacramento. Katie will be back from China. We'll check in with you then, okay? We appreciate you as always.
All right. See
See you
you
soon.
next time.
So that's not a
Ciao.
little bored. That sucks. Life's tough. Last thing I need is more stuff. It's true. I need a little more time with you and more rose with my lunch. One piece of mind. Sometimes you gotta look deep inside.